모든 경기장 도시형.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 2 of this best of 9 between StarTale and TSL. In the top left-hand corner, we have our representative from StarTale. Our blue Protoss player, he is Ace. And his opponent here in the bottom right-hand corner, former Brood War pro gamer Hyun from Team SEV Life. He is our red Zerg player, MyWay.
Yes, indeed. And MyWay, I don't know, I'm just really excited that we get to see this guy play. Because, I mean, he's got great mechanics, but he's still relatively new to StarCraft 2. And you compare him against someone like Ace, who's been around for ages in GSL, basically since the start, you know. So it'll be interesting to see sort of the clash of styles, you know, the super good mechanics versus the good mechanics plus experience in StarCraft 2 as well. So I'm really curious to see what MyWay is going to do. You know, like I mentioned earlier, he does like to use roaches, although if the map calls for it, he does go mutas from time to time too. Antigua is one of those maps where it's like, I don't know. I mean, you can sort of bounce between bases, but they're really close together. You can't quite bounce between them in the same way you would on a map like Tal'Darim Altars, so it's not an overtly Mutalisk map. I think you can play Mutalisks on Antigua Shipyard, but I tend to feel like the Roach play is going to be a little bit better for him. Well, we'll see. He could just decide to go Link Baneling too. Who knows? I mean,
it's very possible. We'll find out. You know, we did when we were looking at the 15 pool coming up. When we were looking at the games to feature in his spotlight, we did see that ridiculous mass muted game on Tal'Darim Altar. But of course, as you kind of alluded to before, a map that calls for it a lot better than this one does.
Oh man, all the Zergs are going Mutalisk on Tal'Darim Altar right now. It's just so hard for Protoss to stop. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see that kind of become the standard. I feel like it kind of already has. And, Pylon blocking the hatchery there, so Hyun's expansion, or I should say MyWay's expansion, is going to be a little bit late. We
did see Pool come up first of all, though, for MyWay. And in addition, this is an interesting wall coming out for Ace now, as he is Forge Fast expanding, but he decided to put the pylon into the wall down at the bottom. So pretty exposed at the beginning of the game, but closes that off a little quicker, I suppose.
That is an odd decision. I think it might be sort of a trickery maneuver by Ace. Oh, we do see an expansion for MyWay going up with a third right away. A lot of Zergs deciding to do that lately, too. But going back to what Ace is doing, if he is the type of person who feels he's pretty good against Baneling busts, doing something like trying to delay the expansion and giving yourself an obvious vulnerability in your wall is kind of like trying to tempt your opponent to do something you want them to do. You know, like a lot of times in ZVP with Mutalisks, you'll be harassing so much, and the idea is to harass them to the point that they just all in. You know, they just attack you, you're ready for that, you crush the army, and then you win the game, right? So there's sometimes players will kind of put things out there that look like vulnerabilities, but in reality are ways to sort of get their opponent to do what they want them to do. So I wonder a little bit if that's what Ace is kind of going for in this case. Because, yeah, normally you would never use a pylon as part of your wall off of this map.
Well, we'll see if MyWay's going to take the bait or what he's going to see when he runs up there.
Yeah.
This probe trying to duck away for its life, and looks like it will get away. Let's steal MyWay's vision here for a second. And yeah, he's seen everything up there. Knows the photon cannon is in place. Actually, it looks like he has an Overlord floating from right overhead.
Yep. He knows all. Overlord sees all. Well, not anymore. They're not detectors, so I guess they don't quite see as much as they used to. But
oh, unfortunately,
what happened to Overlords between the first and second game, man? What happened to them so that
what happened to a lot of things?
Anymore?
What happened to lurkers?
Oh well, they just didn't. You know, I mean, Zerg is all about evolution, right? So they just didn't make the cut, man. Survival of the fittest, I guess. But
Banelings, which explode themselves.
Yeah.
Made the cut over the survivable lurker.
That's right, survival of the fittest, obviously. I don't know, Overlords, man, they're playing too much video games. Their eyesight got all bad. Can't detect things anymore.
Sounds like
totally
me,
not
actually.
True, by the way, Stargate.
No, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the lore. I think you got it right. Yeah, Stargate is coming up.
That works, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So, again, MyWay with 3 very fast hatcheries, not unlike TSL Revival. He is going for 2 gas relatively quickly. And will he go for a quick lair, or will he decide to just get some roaches early on to stay safe?
He's been droning up quite a bit so far. Actually, let's take a look at the unit tab. He's got 9 more drones on the way, so he'll be at 39 here in a second. Queen's got to watch out there, but it looks like there's enough wings, and pretty good job. Oh, looks like MyWay wanted to surround that Stalker for a while. Slightly missed the attack, but now trying to chase the Stalker down.
Yeah, Lair on the way, indeed, for MyWay. Maybe a little bit early, but not too early. He's also getting that Roach Warren as well. And the big thing here is that he's getting the Evo Chamber, and that's what he's going to need. He might end up needing a couple Spores here to defend against the air attack from Ace. Is he getting any more queens right now? Nope, not at the moment.
Not right now.
All right, so we'll have to see what he does. Up to 4 gases as well, so.
Yeah, it does have 4 gas on the way. For Ace, though, 2 more gateways being added, plus 1 attacks being researched, and a Phoenix following up this Void Ray for the moment. Looks like that Stalker exposed once again in the middle of the map, but will get away once again. And where has our friendly Void Ray gotten to? Looks like it's shown itself. It's just killing Overlords.
Yeah, and you notice one interesting thing about what MyWay's done. He's gone for Lair before Zergling speed, actually, which is something you almost never see these days. You usually see everybody get Zergling speed first, but he wanted the quick Lair. You can see he's getting a very quick Roach speed, quick +1 for his Roaches. And this is what we've seen him do a lot. The reason, too, that one of the reasons I would imagine he's gone for that quick Lair is that he can get Roach burrowed movement that much faster, too. That's also something that he really loves to do, so he's going to be able to get it much, much quicker than we saw Revival attempt to go for that Roach play last time.
And he has been droning up in the threat of all of this nonetheless. I mean, so continuing with his economy right now pretty well. He's got additional Queens on the way to help him defend against some air units, as now we have multiple Phoenixes in tow behind that Void Ray. In fact, 3 out on the field and a 4th just about to pop, along with a Robo and Twilight Council, with Ace still just sitting on 2 bases.
Yeah, we could definitely see some sort of blink play here, but Ace does have a lot of options. He's got some Zealots out there as well.
And looks like the Zerglings do pick up on this pylon, which can warp onto the high ground.
Yeah, this could be a little bit dangerous for MyWay. He does not look prepared for this right now. Oh, no, he's actually really not prepared for this. He's got 9 Roaches on the way, but will they get there in time?
I don't know. He's in a lot of trouble right now. The Spore Crawler's about ready to fall. A lot of the anti-air power then goes down as 1 Queen falls. This Void Ray is now charged up, and it's going to slowly make its way in a little bit further as he continues to pick up Queens over and over again. Yep. Oh, getting the Void Ray a little ahead of itself, though, and it does take quite a bit of damage, and it looks like eventually these Zealots are going to get pushed away as well. So Ace not going to be able to get too much else done at the moment, and he's investing in a huge amount of technology off of 2 bases, as now a Robo Bay is hitting the field as well.
Yeah, no kidding. He's going for quite a bit at once here, but in MyWay's favor, at least he did hold off the attack pretty well. +2 weapons immediately and a Hydralisk Den. Okay, so this is something that we kind of have seen him do quite a bit in his games. He likes to go for the big, meaty DPS army. He doesn't like to play around with spellcasters a whole lot yet, and he's just really good at getting his army in the right position, just macroing up extremely well. So he's going to just try to basically just overpower Ace in this game is what we're going to see here.
We already have Colossi on the way, though, so Ace is already setting up for the counter to Hydralisk. Oh, no. Oh, another Queen getting picked up there. And MyWay not reacting to it. There we go. Now transfusing a couple of times, forcing another lift out of that, and 3 Queens are now in the fight. Hasn't reseated the Spore Crawler, though, and actually keeps the Queen alive.
Yeah, that was like the Queen's worst day ever, just like being held in the air, shot over and over again. He got transfused, but still, that's rough. A lot of Queens out right now for MyWay.
Yeah, no kidding, actually. How many do we have on the field? 8, as a matter of fact. He's certainly not going to die to anti-air, but, not to anti-air. He has a lot of anti-air. He's not going to die to air forces.
Well, you know, Queens are a very powerful unit for just 2 supply, and they are only 150 minerals, too. So I feel like the, mass Queen strategy is something that hasn't quite been explored at the top level of StarCraft 2 play yet. And, we'll see. Oh, he's even sending the Queens with this, too. This is a really bizarre timing here for MyWay. He's timing it up with the Hydralisk range and +2, but still, it's just weird to see players attack across the map like this. And we'll have to see if it works out. Those Queens are going to really slow things down.
Oh, boy. 0.94 movement speed there.
Yep, they are not exactly terribly speedy, and wow, looks like Ace might come out to meet him.
Yeah, 1 Roach does get a good look at everything that's sitting there. Is he going to go through these destructible debris? Yes, he is. The Colossus can sit on top, outrange the units. Once again, the Void Ray has merged with the Colossus there momentarily. They made a super unit.
Void Losses?
Yes, the Void Losses. I think that was the consensus. Velociray sounds awesome.
Yes. Like that. It's like a bowling pin thing of Queens. They're arranged in the Delta formation. And those Hydras are going to die so quickly in this. I don't think this is the best attack here for MyWay.
No.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
Oh, boy. Yeah, he's really got to pull back at the moment to get some more units out there. Why is he engaging with just these forces? I see a lot clumped up back at the home. The Queens are actually dying pretty quickly. There's not a ton of DPS left, though, because MyWay only has 6 Hydras sitting there. He just got everything crushed up at the front.
Yeah, this is generally why you don't attack across the map with this type of thing, because it takes so long to get there, and then once you're there, you can't really maneuver in battle, you know? You're just kind of stuck sitting there because of the low speed of the units. And now he has really got to worry about a counterattack. Here's the thing, though. He's 25 supply ahead. He's got the Spire on the way. If he can kind of hold off the pressure that's going to come from Ace, he's got a good chance to get himself back in this game.
But Ace is playing pretty patiently as well, not overextending himself, and he's producing off of 3 bases at the moment, and of course has his tech tree pretty well filled out. So both players looking pretty strong now. MyWay, of course, gifting some units to his opponent a bit ago. But and the Queens especially hurts, because now he's down to just 3 at the moment.
Queens are cheap.
Yeah.
But you generally don't want to lose a bunch if you've made them.
It's tend not to want to lose them for free.
Yeah.
Let's see here. +3 weapons coming up now. Looks like no armor upgrades yet for Ace. He is just prioritizing those weapons upgrades. Of course, with the very high DPS Hydralisks out there, he'll be able to rip through those with +3 weapons.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff here. And, all right, so yeah, another base going up. We're at some macro hatch, actually, for MyWay.
Yes.
Right.
I'm seeing where that probe was going to see if there was a queued up base anywhere, but does not appear there is.
Yep.
And, yeah, MyWay sitting on that macro hatch now. He's about to max himself out, but what is his worker count? 66 to his opponent's 71. And it's quite a powerful army there, but it's not terribly well upgraded. And he is going to have to worry about, of course, the very powerful units that Ace has on the field right now.
Yeah, man, MyWay is just so aggressive. You're attacking to these locations. It's very dangerous. I mean, the force fields, the AoE that, excuse me, that his opponent can bring at him, very dangerous move attacking into that. But
he has 10 mutas just popping as well.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to switch over to mutas here. It's a good way to kind of keep your opponent in their base. He can do some harassment while he pressures with this army as well. So I think we're going to see some multitasking come into play here. But Templar Archive's on the way for Ace as well. So, you know, it kind of makes those mutas a little bit marginalized if he does research Storm pretty quickly.
Well, we have a big old fat Baneling Nest coming up at the same time as well, and a ton of units ready to, or sorry, ton of resources ready to go, but the mutas are swinging themselves in, and, oh, it looks like there's enough cannons, though, and Blink Stalkers that MyWay is going to get driven out without doing all that much damage. He tried to poke, I apologize, into the third as well. We were watching the Mutalisks, but ran headlong into a bunch of splash damage from those Colossi.
Ideally, what MyWay is going to do at this point is just try to take a lot of bases and keep his opponent on 3. That's kind of his best bet at the moment to kind of keep his position in this game. He does have Ace supply blocked, and he is ahead on supply, but Ace really has that giant Protoss Death Ball army going here, and that's going to be pretty difficult for MyWay to deal with for the next couple minutes. He's in kind of a little bit of a danger zone right now, but if he survives like the next 2 or 3 minutes, he should be feeling pretty confident.
This pack of mutas was certainly interesting, though, but Ace is really well prepared for any sort of error as well. MyWay going to roll his way up, though, through the third. Look, Ace is actually sitting in the middle of the map. We'll see if he can get some damage done now. Few photon cannons, but they are relatively fragile to this amount of units. Zealots look like they may be able to delay for long enough, and the Colossi are walking up from behind as well. They're starting to go to town on the Hydralisks. So much damage being done. MyWay just doesn't have that many units left. Ace blinking up with the Stalkers as well. Doesn't lose a single Colossi and kills so many units from MyWay. The Mutalisks are sitting in the back right now. They are tearing through a couple of Photon Cannons, but at the loss of a couple of Mutas, and now there's Blink Stalkers to help drive them away as well. Yeah, this is just not working out for MyWay at all. I mean, just the amount of Mutas he needs to handle the cannons and handle the units and try to produce, you know, Hydras and Roaches on top of all of this. Just is not really going to work. He's just going to try to go Ling Muta from this point out. But with the Colossi out, that ground force is going to be taken down so quickly. That is a lot of Mutalisks, though, so I don't know, man. I mean, Ace isn't out of the woods quite yet with this one. No, he's not. That mass muta style coming into play, but MyWay loses his fourth. He has, you know, such expensive units out there right now. Another 6 mutas on the way. Wow. There's a huge flock of mutas. He's got 23 up. He'll have 29 with +2 weapons whenever this happens. And look at that. He's actually doing a lot of damage to the economy here. Yeah, killing nearly all the probes as they go through here, and that third.
is definitely going down. We might have ourselves a bit of a base race here. Ace just going into the main, and MyWay doing the smart thing, putting up a lot of spine crawlers to slow down that army. All he needs to do is delay right now, and if he brings his army home, I think he has a good chance of taking this. We'll see. It's so close right now.
It really is. Blink Stalkers making their way out at the moment. We also have Storm on a bunch of High Templar.
They do have Storm, yeah.
And it doesn't look like MyWay wants to engage that right now. He's rolling back with the Mutalisk. It looks like he may lose his third as well. Both players down to almost no mining, as the thirds were the primary mining for both players. Now, the Colossi falling pretty quickly, but the Blink Stalkers are sitting on top of the Mutalisk, and they're all getting very low.
Oh, yeah. This game is definitely going to go Ace's way, it looks like, because, I mean, oh, here comes the Templar as well. Nice storms out of... Wow, really nice storms out of Ace. Just annihilating those Mutalisks. Man, that was a slaughter. Wow. So, I mean, the thing is, yeah, if your opponent has Colossi, you just can't go Ling Muta, and MyWay learned that the hard way. And unfortunately, that game, it was Ace's way, and StarTale goes up 2-0. Nicely done by Ace.